I'm Claudia Catania, and you're listening to Playing on Air. Our final play is Dear Kenneth Blake by Jacquelyn Reingold. Jodi Long and Matthew Cowles perform. It's a play in 2 scenes. In the first, on one side of the stage, Tina, a live-in maid, is writing letters to Kenneth Blake. At the same time, on the other side of the stage, we see Kenneth Blake, a homeless man, recently sent by social services to an organic farm. He is venting his many frustrations on a farm supervisor. In the second scene, Tina surprises Kenneth with a visit to the farm.
Dear Kenneth Blake, I saw you this afternoon on the television talk show, and I want to say I wish you best of luck in your new home. You seem like a nice man.
I'm not sleeping with that bunch of beggars and drug addicts.
I hope you stop drinking and smoking and learn to breathe fresh air and have a new start.
Telling me when to sleep and how to comb my hair and wash my asshole and when to snore. And who the hell are they, huh? Bunch of panhandlers.
You say you are looking to meet a wife in the country, and maybe a pretty one with blonde hair.
Well, I never begged for nothing in my whole life. You hear?
Maybe we can write letters and be friends.
And I'll tell you another thing. I am not a slave, and the only time anyone ever wants something from me around here is when they want something from me.
Dear Kenneth Blake, I hope you are doing well. I did not hear from you, and I wonder if you got my last letter.
You expect me to get up at the crack of dawn after sleeping with this bunch of losers and work all day, and you pay me next to nothing?
Maybe you did not. I hope you are learning to plant and getting along with the other people that have no homes and are also learning to plant. Have you met any nice friends?
To grow these organic damn vegetables like they're a religion, because they have no damn chemicals on them.
Dear Kenneth Blake.
And you charge a fortune of money by selling them to a bunch of longhairs and yuppies who pay quintuple price for them because they don't want any toxins in their food.
My letters don't get returned, so I hope you are reading them and are too busy to write.
Well, they go out into the streets and breathe in more toxins than you could fit in the organic tomatoes they could eat in 20 years. And you do all this because you say you have a pact with Mother Earth?
In the house where I work, they have a terrace with the plants and the flowers, and I think about you. I watched you on that show while I ironed, and was sad you had to live in a train tunnel for so many years, and then they made you leave. When I was a girl, we had a house, and they made us leave. I am glad they have a good program to teach you to be a farmer.
And now you tell me I can't keep my pet rabbit in the same damn communal sleeping room because those stinky bums don't like the smell? Because I won't give the rabbit a shower?
How does your rabbit like it there?
Well, I ain't gonna just dump her. Where I goes, she goes.
P.S. When I saw your face, I think you have a look in your eyes I understand.
Oh, I would leave here if I could, but I can't, because you don't pay enough money.
Dear Kenneth Blake, do you like being on a farm? Do you work too hard, maybe?
I got nowhere to go and nowhere to get there.
Do your eyes look different now that you live in the country? Is it hard to get along with people after being alone for so long? Is it different to have a home after not having one?
Working like a dog for a do-good for the homeless organic hippie.
Do you wish you had a family? Have you found a wife?
You think you can take a bunch of drunks and put them on a farm?
Is it lonely to be in a far-away place?
And they'll turn out to be some do-good organic hippies like you.
I think about your face, And I wonder if you wonder about me. Maybe we will never meet, but at least there is someone who knows how I feel.
I may not be able to leave here, but me and my rabbit will not sleep with those smelly, animal-hating bums. You say you got a pact with Mother Earth? Well, she gave birth to my rabbit, and she don't mind the smell.
Dear Kenneth Blake, you have a look in your eyes I know.
Dear Tina, thanks for your letters. Things here stink. I don't know how to keep doing this, and I don't know what else to do. They got me planting these guru tomatoes all day. My feet are so tired they're gonna drop off. Keep writing, if you like. It's nice to get to know you. They want me to give up my rabbit, and I won't. Maybe someday we could meet.
Kenneth, Kenneth, Kenneth. We can. Kenneth?
Yeah?
Tina Sen.
You what?
Tina Sen.
Oh.
You remember? I come to see with you.
Oh, what?
I come to see you.
Oh, well, yeah, well, I'm not much to look at. And,
You said maybe we could meet, and I thought maybe we could. I brought you some shoes for your feet and some food for the rabbit.
Oh, you work for a charity, is that it? Some kind of pen pal United Way? Well, I don't want no charity.
No, from me.
Huh?
A present from me.
Huh?
A gift. Like a birthday.
Oh, well, you got the wrong guy. I ain't got no birthday. I gotta get to work.
See, look, shoes, new shoes.
Look, I don't know what to say.
You can say thank you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, thank you.
And you can say, please, let's talk. Or you say, I don't wish to see you, and I can go.
Now, how did you get here?
I walked.
You walked all the way from New York?
No, I take the bus.
Oh, and from the bus stop you...
Walked.
Yeah. Well, how long did it take you?
10 hours.
Jesus, look, I'm a little late. I mean, what made you come here? I don't imagine you were just in the neighborhood. I mean, you just didn't come to get some fresh, organic air.
No.
No.
Kenneth?
Listen, I'm doing something here. And it's important. I mean, I wrote you that, but I didn't... You shouldn't... You see, look, I'm busy.
I give myself to you. And I wonder if you give yourself to me.
What?
There is no one to choose for me. And I saw you, and you say you wanted a wife. And I want to be your wife, but I don't have blonde hair.
What?
If you want me, do you think you might want me?
Well, I mean...
I would be a good wife.
Well, we just don't do it like that. I mean, you don't just take a bus, and that's not how we do it. Maybe that's how you do it. From... Where are you from?
Cambodia.
Well, that's very far from here, and this isn't. I mean, we take our time here.
How old are you?
45.
Well, that's time enough, don't you think?
Well, what about your mother and your...
Dead.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, but that's still...
At home it would be different. I would never be so bold. I would always be modest, but this is America. And they say on the talk show, if a horse gallops by your house, you must jump on it or it will gallop by without you.
What?
Or maybe we can go inside to your house and talk more.
This is my house.
This?
This is where I sleep.
Outside?
It's a lot better than with those creeps. And I can keep bugs with me. It suits me fine. I don't need much. Plenty of fresh air out here.
Oh.
You wouldn't believe some of the things that go on around there. You wouldn't believe it.
I would believe.
Well, I guess that's it. Maybe you were looking for a nice home in the country. I mean, maybe that's what this was. Well, I ain't got that, and I ain't got a white picket fence or a dog named Spot. And there ain't no galloping horses around here. Just me and a rabbit. And a barbed wire fence to keep out creeps. So I'm not your ticket to a better life. I guess you can get on the next bus.
It's a private here?
Believe me, no one comes out to where I am. Popular, I ain't. And I guess you can see why. What are you doing?
I put down my scarf. I think that you sit down now, and we sit here together in your house. Your feet hurt?
Does a rabbit shit on a farm? Yeah.
Then you sit here, and maybe we eat something for lunch, and...
Boy, oh boy, who said that you could...
If your feet hurt, it's good to sit and take off your shoes.
Well...
I see you don't want to. You think, what is this crazy? A crazy lady. Why would I do that? I am afraid of this crazy lady I do not even know. But what could be bad, huh? What is there for you to lose? You don't have to want to get married. I am just asking you to come here, and we say words to each other, and we see which words come out. I see you look around. Sometimes you can look around so much you don't see what's next to you. I see you almost look at me. You can look at me. I understand hurting feet.
Yeah?
Yeah. You ask why I came here? Well, I learned that life is short. And in this country, you have to go for it or it's gone. But first you have to sit and you have to take off your shoes. And then we see.
Lady, if I sit next to you and take off these shoes, you want to get away so fast, you won't need a bus to get to New York. I mean, they stink.
I decide that.
My feet? Well, my feet are like a hot foot. You know what that is? Huh? It's like on a cartoon. You ever see that? They put a match on your feet and it burns. And you got one on each toe that won't go out. And well, it's like rotting, burning foot flesh. It's not too nice, so I don't think so.
Maybe if you put them in the ground, it's cooler.
No amount of organic dirt is going to help me.
Oh, maybe not. But you do it anyway.
Huh?
Maybe if we think things aren't going to work, sometimes we do it anyway. Maybe we are just afraid. Maybe we think it cannot be different. You say Cambodia is far from here, but they write about it in the New York Times. And do you know what they write about now? They had elections this year, and this country is trying to help make peace there. How do they think they can do that now? How can they think they can do that? I lose my family, my home, my country. I come here and see a man on TV, and he has the eyes of my father when they took him away. I watch him, and I feel a love for this man. This man I don't know. This man I am afraid will think I'm crazy if I tell him. I write him many letters. He writes me one back. I take a bus and I find him, and I see he does have those eyes. And I can see he has a soul like my family. And he doesn't smile when he looks at me. And he does not want the gifts I bring him. And he says he has no home and I am afraid, and I do it anyway. I ask him to take off his shoes, and when he says no, I am again afraid, And I think it will not work, but I know what I see, even if he doesn't, even if he will never know, I know. And I say, dear Kenneth Blake, I say it anyway. If your feet hurt, you take off your shoes and put them in the dirt. I ask for nothing else. Just that.
Okay. Okay. I'm not talking about marrying you. I'm not good at talking. I don't get along with other people when I talk. How about you? How about your feet?
No, it's my eyes. It's my eyes.
What?
They cry, and sometimes I can barely see. Look, you see they cry.
Oh.
Look, I cry. Even if I am happy, I cry.
Oh, Tina.
My tears water your feet.
Yeah.
Is it okay if we just sit here? We just sit here in your house? I like your house.
Yeah, sure.
I like the view and the furniture.
Sure.
I've come a long way to get to your house.
Uh-huh.
I brought food.
Oh.
We can sit here. My tears drip onto your feet, and we can see what will grow.
That was Dear Kenneth Blake by Jacquelyn Reingold. You heard Jodi Long as Tina and Matthew Cowles as Kenneth Blake. Jacquelyn Reingold, the author of Dear Kenneth Blake, is here with us. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you.
Do you often use real people as inspirations for characters?
The play was inspired by 2 stories that I read in the paper. One was about a man who had been living in one of the train tunnels for many, many years. And this is quite some time ago. And they were all kicked out of the tunnels. And someone decided that it would be a great idea to take some of these guys and put them on an organic farm and see how they managed. The other half of it was a magazine article that I had read also some time ago about Cambodian refugees, a number of women who came here after the Khmer Rouge, and it was noticed that they were losing their eyesight, but there was no physical reason for it. So the idea was in my head, well, what would happen if these 2 individuals met?
In terms of writing short plays versus the TV writing you do, I know you've worked for Law and Order and you've written a number of episodes for In Treatment. Do you approach that kind of work differently?
Playwriting I do because I love it, so I do it out of love. And television writing I often do because it's the only way I can make a living. That said, there are also extremely different demands on a play than on a television show. In Treatment was probably the best television writing job I've ever had, and in part because it was so much like writing a short play. TV shows are not particularly intimate, and it's much more about the plot and keeping the plot moving, like in Law and Order. It's all about keeping the plot going in every scene. The joy of writing for the theater, though, is that you can do anything you want, and there's no form, and you can break all the rules, and you can be as theatrical as you'd like, and make up the most outrageous, unrealistic stories and characters and let your voice do whatever it would like. And, of course, there's no boss, and there's no one telling you what it should be, and there's no one rewriting you. And you own your own work, which you do not if you write for film or television. But you also do not get paid. So it's a trade-off.
How many people are actually editing and pitching ideas to you? How big a group is this?
There are notes from many people, and everyone from the producers, the executive producers, the other writers. It can go on forever. The actors, everyone is allowed to give their feedback, and then it's the executive producer of the show gets to make all the final decisions on the writing.
Very good. And what are you working on now?
I am working on a new play that thrills me, a fairy tale, romantic, bittersweet comedy about a tiny, tiny woman, perhaps 1 foot tall, and a giant, giant man, perhaps 12 feet tall. And clearly it's difficult for them to get together, but they do.
That's very sweet. It's been a delight having you here.
Thank you. It's been a treat.
We've been talking with Jacquelyn Reingold, the author of Dear Kenneth Blake. You've been listening to Playing on Air, great American short plays with great American actors. Original music by Tom Cochan. Recording and sound design by John Kilgore. Associate producer, Julia Wetherell. For more information about our artists and to listen to other short plays, check us out at playingonair.org and find us on Facebook and Twitter. For Playing on Air, I'm series producer and host, Claudia Catania.